from last week, girl. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, girl. Some things was definitely happening. Okay, I feel like a few things were happening. All right, so let's get into it. Let me blow this up a little bit so we can talk. Girl, it's oh, I got a lot. Okay, let's try to. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, guys. All right, so the ladies come over to see Crystal, Diana, and Erica. Mind you, I don't see how Crystal does it. Like, they just be yelling at you and going off on you, girl. And then, I mean, really, that's for all of them, I guess. You still got to sit around and be there with those people. I'm not going to want to be around none of y'all mofos. After y'all done sat up here and yelled at me and invalidate any stories that I got to tell or anything, I don't want to be around none of you. But you got to, you know what I'm saying, force it and fake it and keep it moving. You know, it sucks. But Erica and Sutton were actually getting along, and they were talking about, I think, her case. And at one point, they went from talking about her case. I don't know what else, because they bonded a few times on that episode. 1 minute we saw them talking about whatever Erica has going on with her life regarding that case and things she's experienced and her marriage and stuff. Then the next time we see them over there talking about Sutton and this new person that she's trying to link up with. And I ain't gonna lie, we didn't see the pictures, but I think that Sutton may be into a black man. Did y'all hear when Erica had said, is that your type? Oh, is this him with the braids? I'm like, girl, what's Sutton over there doing? Sutton said she tired of y'all mofos over there on the other side of the hand. Okay? She been around Miss Garcelle a little too long. She said, let me dip over here in Garcelle on Pond and see what they got. Let me see what they got over here in Garcelle Pond, see what I can work with over here. Because y'all ain't going to be treating me right. Okay? Y'all clear people don't know how to treat me. Y'all don't. Y'all be doing y'all ladies so wrong. Y'all be doing y'all ladies so wrong, girl. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Now, so Sutton tells, no, let me go back. So Garcelle feels like Erica is tired of talking about herself. So now she's distracting. She's doing a lot of distractions so that nobody else asks her any questions. And I don't know about that. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think, like, what is she doing? What is she doing that's a distraction? What is that? Help me. What is Erica doing that's a distraction to get people to not ask her any more questions about herself? What is that? Because I'm not seeing what Garcelle is up here saying. I feel like Garcelle is on something else. I don't know. I thought I was gonna like Garcelle this season, but it's not happening for me. I don't understand what she means. She's distracting so no one else asks her questions. What is she distracting about? If that's the case, all of y'all distracting because y'all forced this situation between Crystal and Sutton after they had already talked things out, regardless of what Crystal may have told y'all. Regardless of if she said it was a dark space. Y'all found a reason to make this a thing and bring it back. So who's really distracting from something? Because Garcelle, in all honesty, you are giving me, Kyle, no storyline is what you're giving me. No storyline. So let me go ahead and just add more fuel to their fire. Because I ain't got nothing else going on. Let me get in their business. I don't know if you had a conversation with Dorit and Kyle and they told you how to play it. But Dorit done went and reached down and found her storyline, girl. And even though we don't want to hear it, honey, because I will fast forward. I don't care anything about it. Right? You ain't got nothing going on too much. Your storyline is Cherie, and we waiting to see her. So when is she coming? Look like it's gonna be next episode because you ain't giving nothing. Anyway, so Sutton tells Garcelle and Crystal about how she has a lot to know. How she has to know, like, I guess, like, when it comes to her and Erica, they got a lot of things to work on and stuff. And she wants to know, like, why she hated her and why she called her a bad word. And Garcelle says, because, I mean, girl, like, you know why. I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, you know why she ain't really with you, and you know why, girl, you know. And she said, oh, yeah, because I called her a liar, right? And then here go Crystal. Crystal butted herself in and says, yeah, that's what it is. But, it's also because you called me a liar, too. You know what I'm saying? But, I wouldn't talk to you or do you like that, like she did. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's something that you do. You call me a liar as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Tomato, whatever, right? So when Crystal does this is what I think. First of all, Sutton cuts her off, okay? Because Crystal says, yes, you called me a liar too, but I'm not going to come at you like that because that's not right. But I just held on to it. So Sutton was like, bitch, I don't know like how you did. She was like, girl, I thought me and you had moved forward last night. Did we not? Okay, then well, then you might want to be careful with bringing it back up because you know that's one thing you like to do, right? You like to bring. Oh, okay, then we'll be careful. Okay, so Crystal says, yeah, but I'm just saying, right? So I think she brought it up to show a difference between responses. I think she brought it up as a way to relate to Sutton and saying, yeah, I've been on that end. Like, yeah, you called her a liar, you called me a liar. Like, it's a common thing, which is why I'm not going to come at you. Like, that's the difference between us. Like, yeah, you're right. I feel like Erica does owe you an apology. Y'all should have that conversation. I'm not the type of person that's going to come at you. I don't think that she was right with doing that. So I feel like that's where Crystal was coming from. She was trying to be relatable to what Sutton was already talking about. But those are my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, what else did I have? Yeah, so Sutton feels like once we talk and move forward, let's not bring things up from the past, okay? That's what Sutton says, and I feel like everybody says that, and then they always bring stuff up from the past. So Crystal does this, in my opinion, as a way to relate. I don't think she means any harm, but it's her way of trying to say she understands by bringing in her own personal story to relate to the moment. Okay, which is what she did when she was trying to defend Sutton the last time. And they flipped it and they made it more of an issue, like telling her like, oh, well, you can't compare the two. Right. So I think she does that. She speak on her own personal stories as a way to relate to that moment. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of people do that. I feel like I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? Where I speak on something that may have happened to me in a way to relate to the conversation at hand. So yeah, I mean, maybe her time is not good, but you know, maybe the conversation is good. So Crystal admits to holding on to it. So at this point, we're getting somewhere. Crystal's problem is not knowing how to properly process these things and letting them like roll off. And because she doesn't process them properly, she holds on to them. And then it just comes out in the wash at a later time. And it comes off as though it's a current issue when it's really not. It's old. She's still dealing with it and processing it. Does that make sense? It could just be me. Okay. Like, who sits around constantly saying, I'm lit, I'm lit, I'm lit, I'm lit. If they really drunk, girl, I don't know what the hell Erica had going on. I was like, Erica done pop some. Erica done pop something. But anyway, I'm going to get this away. So meanwhile, the other ladies are trying to figure out if Crystal knows that she plays the victim. And maybe that's what they call playing the victim, right? But it's like, I mean, does Dorit know that she's played the victim? Does Dorit know that as well? And y'all just let her do it. It's okay because that's Dorit and that she's a part of the Fab Four, whatever the clique is that you guys like to call yourselves. So it only applies to you guys and no one else. How does that work? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, y'all don't do that shit to Dorit. So shut up. Anyway, so Diana speaks on how her brother passed, right? I thought this was a little funny, but not funny. Not about how her brother passed, but how Sutton decided to add in her 2 cents about how her brother passed, okay? So she added in her 2 cents about, I'm sorry, not her brother, but her dad, because her dad died by suicide. And so she was like, you know, telling the story or whatever like that about her dad. So Diana just looked at her. Diana gets up and she walks off. She really didn't have much of conversation. That was a little bit funny to me, just a little bit. It's like, Sutton, this woman can't stand you. But guess what you just did, Sutton? Y'all ready? Sutton, you just did the same shit that Miss Crystal did. Y'all do the same. You just interjected yourself into a conversation, speaking on your own personal experience in the effort to relate to Diana. But you've already had time to process that. But that's just what I think. I'm like, girl, y'all have a lot in common. Let's keep going, okay? So Erica asking Crystal about a threesome. So Diana tried to jump ship, okay? So they over there talking about a threesome. Like, if you could choose, what she asked, I think she asked Crystal, like, if it was me and Garcelle, would you let us come in and da-da-da-da-da? Erica, what's going on with you? I don't even know if Crystal knew how to answer that. I think Crystal was just like, I mean, it wouldn't be neither one of y'all because I really wouldn't be into y'all. But then I guess if I had to choose on a boat, it would be y'all too. But then it really ain't gonna be y'all too because it really ain't gonna go down like that. Like, that's not really what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Erica was on 10. So Diana tried to jump off the ship. And y'all, I don't know if y'all felt how I felt. I felt like Diana was trying to, I don't know. And I could be tripping. But I feel like Diana was trying to jump off the ship and actually swim back to shore. Like that's what was. I was like, where is she going? Is she trying to swim back to the beach? Because the way she slid off the yacht or whatever and into the water, I was like, girl, I guess after she got bit by a stingray, she realized I don't need to go too damn far. But I felt like she was feeling uncomfortable with the ladies and she was finna swim back to shore and see them when they got back. But that's just me. Okay. What else happened? So Garcelle calls Sutton and speaks on Erica mixing Xanax, girl, with alcohol. I said, girl, they doing what? Erica doing who? I said, it's gonna go up at the reunion. Do y'all know what y'all just did? And I haven't seen like how it's been when they were on the earlier seasons, okay? But do y'all even know, viewers, what they just did? Because in my opinion, I feel like y'all just accused this woman of doing like mixing drugs with alcohol. Like, I feel like it's giving y'all, because when she said, oh, I feel like she's taking it to the extreme or she's doing too much, it's giving that y'all trying to say the woman probably like a drug addict and an alcohol. Like, that's what y'all saying to me. And I feel like that's a problem, as most other housewives will make that a problem, because you don't know how that's going to affect any brand deals or anything that this woman may have. Right? But I mean, some of that is Erica's fault, because if you would not act a certain way, they wouldn't have room to say these things. Okay. If you maybe scale back a little bit, but it's the fact that they said it out loud, they caught it on camera and they told it to everybody. So I was like, oh, bro, that is up. That is up. But anyway, girl, let's see what else happens. So I said Erica is about to be pissed that y'all are pretty much saying this woman is doing drugs. Period. Where else are we? So Garcelle. Let me scroll down. Hold on. Wait. Garcelle invited everybody to her birthday party, including Denise. We could see that at a later time. Erica said that. Erica, why would you say that? Was you on it when you said that? Oh. When was this? Did she say it at the time? I could have missed that. But either way, it's not helping. Diana don't want that conversation to come up. The book, Epstein. Oh, you think she had a connection to him? Diana was gone. Natalie Woods popped in her mind and she was finna swim away. I'm telling y'all. But what we do know is Erica didn't get a spray tan, leaving body makeup on them folks' couch. Ooh, embarrassing. Embarrassing. Let's keep going. So Garcelle invited everybody to her birthday party, including Denise, right? So Rinna says she ain't gonna be there. And then this is when Garcelle decided to say, oh, really? I was really hoping you would be there because, you know, Denise is going to be there. And this is when Lisa was like, well, you know, I already talked to Denise. And she's like, oh, you talked to Denise? She was like, yeah, girl, I talked to Denise a few weeks ago. I talked to her to, you know, apologize to her about some things that may have happened. And she said the conversation was well received. And that was it. So then what got me, in my opinion, y'all, I just see something different in Garcelle. Garcelle was acting like she didn't know. And I'm like, you knew. Come on, Lisa Ray. You knew. Okay, you knew that they probably already had that conversation, girl. So cut it out. So Lisa says that Lisa says that she apologized to Denise, and I'm sure she did. And the reason why I feel like she did call her possibly strongly, and she did apologize, because it was around the time that her mom was real ill and sick. And I think she was in hospice or something like that. So obviously her mom was on a decline in health, where it probably could have been any day now that she was not going to have her. So because of that, I feel like it could have made Lisa reflect and think about life. And she probably wanted to right a few wrongs. So she decided to give Denise a call and apologize. Meanwhile, you got Garcelle in the confessional asking this woman, when was the last time that she talked to Lisa? And she said, when? And that was it. That's when they kind of cut it. They didn't really tell us for sure what it was. You know what I'm saying? They didn't tell us for sure how long ago they talked or if it truly happened. So there's that. Okay. Now, Diana says that she never been on a girls trip in her life. Diana, I am, girl. You think you Princess Diana, don't you? That's what that is. You think that you're Princess Diana. There will never be another, ma'am. Okay, that's the problem for me. You think that you're just at this higher level or something, girl. That's not you, ma'am. Okay, talking about some. I've never been on a girl's trip. You're a girl trip lies. What you are. I do not believe that. 1 minute you talking about something, you ain't never been shot. You don't know what a story is. You ain't been in there. Okay, then now you talk about you ain't been on no girl's trip. What else you ain't do? What else? It's going to be something else. Next, you're going to be telling us you ain't never watched Jacks before. Like, what else is going on? You paying people to do that for you too. I don't believe Miss Diana. And you can't be on this show, Diana, if you're not going to open up a bit. Okay, it's only going to get worse for you, in my opinion, because now people are going to open the book that you don't want them to read because you're not willing to talk about it. So now it's like, it's weird because you come off a bit mysterious, but you love to talk about your past and when you lived in Moscow and how it was for you growing up, but you don't really get into a whole lot for real. So people gonna get to dig in. They're gonna get the dig, and I feel like Diana may not return next year, but we're gonna see. I don't know. Let's keep going. I just said Diana is not a good fit. She's too quiet. And you often forget that she's there until you had to realize that she was there, and that wasn't until the very end. So Garcelle, Miss Hell. So Garcelle said she brings up the book, and I like it because she gotta bring up stuff, but at the same time, Garcelle, when it's your turn, I want you to be forthcoming. Okay, so she brings up the book, telling her it seems like the other day. Yeah, you have this book we wanted to get into, and you wouldn't really talk about it. It was like you didn't want to talk about it. And I'm like, Garcelle, girl, if she didn't want to talk about it yesterday, why do you think she want to talk about it today? You know that. You messed hell. Okay. So she's talking to her about that. And then Diana says that Garcelle is the most unwelcoming. She's like, I feel like we kind of already talked about that or whatever like that. I feel like she said more though. I think I forgot what else she said about the book. Basically, she don't really like discussing the book. It's tough because of the rumors and things that came out after she dropped the book. So that's what makes her feel really uncomfortable. But then Diana goes on to talk about Garcelle being the most unwelcoming person when she got there. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, but that's what she said, I guess. Erica and Sutton, like I said, they're continuing to talk to each other. And one thing that stood out to me was when Erica asked Sutton, is that your thing? When she asked Sutton, is that your thing? And then she said something about braids. That's what made me think, Sutton, is you trying to find you a man with color? A lot of color? A lot of melanin? Is that what you're looking for? The people want to know. What else ended up happening? Erica and Sutton admit that they are okay for the moment and they are still working on things. Erica doesn't do well when people force her, but I'm like, you don't do well when people force you, or either one of y'all do well when people force y'all to get on better terms. But everybody was okay with forcing Crystal to have a conversation and say what it is that Sutton said. This is the most hypocritical group ever. Okay, ever. Like, y'all be on a whole different level with it. Like, I don't understand. But okay, girl. What else we got? Diana tells Dorit and Kyle how she was trying to help when it came down to the Sutton and Crystal situation. And she didn't like being yelled at by Sutton. She didn't like that. She didn't like being yelled at. She says that Sutton contradicts herself a lot. Diana says she told Sutton she gets to, she said, I told her she only gets to do it once. She said she better be lucky she didn't get head butted or something like that, or she could have gotten head butted. So I'm like, girl, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Because now they're finna take that and run with that. But it seems like Miss Diana ain't gonna care. Okay. So Sutton is sensitive based on the vibe. So when it's time for them to go, they get on this plane, right? They get on this plane, and I guess it was the plane that Miss Diana got for everybody. So Sutton wanted to sit near them, and Diana says at first it was weird because it sounded like Diana told her she could sit wherever she want to sit. So then when she chose to sit next to her, she said, well, what seat were you in the last time? So then Sutton got super sensitive about that. Okay. And she was just like, okay, cool. So you don't want me to sit by you. But then when it came to Garcelle was able to sit wherever she wanted to. So it definitely was her picking with Sutton specifically. because she don't rock with her. She don't want to be around her. So I understand Sutton's frustration, but we shall see how this is going to play out. Let's see. Kyle loves to stay up late on trips and get the party started. Garcelle and Kyle get a pass for being producers, in my opinion. Lisa goes too far. Okay, Lisa goes too far. EJ is too aggressive, and Dorit just bores me. Garcelle and Kyle are a good mix of messy manipulation. You think so? I don't know. It depends on who they being messy with, because I could not stand how they got that started with Crystal and Sutton at the table, and then they both looked at each other and gave a grin. That shit pissed me off. That stuff right there pissed me off. And specifically for me, it's Garcelle, because Garcelle, you was just damn near whining last year. So it's like that's the other thing. Like, I don't care how y'all see it. But what bothers me with Garcelle, you damn near was scared as hell to open your mouth last season to these very women. But then now you want to team up with these very women and then sit up here and come at Crystal. Somebody that you know that's not going to be combative, because she's not that type of person. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. I don't like that. So you definitely switched up, like, completely. I wasn't expecting that from Garcelle. I don't like this. You was just high key, in my opinion, begging to be a part of the group and included in the group. And it was okay for you to, I guess, use the racial tones or whatever the case may be when it came to those ladies, not saying whether you were right or wrong, but it was okay for you to do it. So then now when Crystal does it, like, that shit, that don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I can't click with it, guys. It's not clicking. LOL. I don't mind it because the show is boring. Boring is without them. They would be talking about Dorit all season without them, and I would not be watching. And I would not be watching if they did. I cannot take Dorit. I'm not gonna be able to take her. Crystal can't be the smartest in the room, and it takes the largest to process. I guess I understand that. Excuse me, but it's giving socially awkward.